Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're back in the Mazda MX-5 on iRacing for a track guide at Lime Rock Classic. This track is awesome to drive, and due to the lack of braking zones, it can be difficult to find time. The races here are often very close as you can't pull away as easily compared to other tracks due to how powerful the slipstream is here. You often get 3 or even 4 wide situations going down the start-finish straight, making it very fun to race up. For those who are new here, I show a fast lap first and then do a guided lap afterwards, explaining all of my references to help you go faster. If you're only interested in the guided lap, I'll leave timestamps in the description below so you can skip to the specific part you want. These were the session settings in the UI, and the track conditions are shown here. Feel free to pause the video to see a specific setting. Let's get into it. But before we start, I'd really appreciate it if you all subscribe to my channel and like the video. Thank you! For turn 1, this is the only major braking zone on the track, and it's also the main place to overtake due to the long straight before it, so if you want to defend, this is the place to do it. I brake just after the 2 board and go from 5th gear to 3rd gear initially. My peak brake pressure is around 75% and I troll brake into the corner. I don't use any of the first curb and I shift down to 2nd just after it. I allow the car back out to the middle of the track before bringing it back using all of the 2nd curb. I get back on throttle just before I get on the curb, and you can use all of the exit on the left of the track here. Here I keep the car in 2nd gear. I don't have a clear braking marker, however the track goes slightly uphill. I only use 5 to 10% brake pressure here, just enough to get the car to rotate in. I use all of the inside curb on the left here, and I get back to full throttle when I'm confident the car won't understeer wide. You want the car to be on the left on the exit here to prepare for the next corner. If you get the line right, this right-hander should be flat. I aim to apex at the end of the curb, which also allows me to get a good exit, keeping the car tighter than I would be able to if I apexed earlier. Ideally you shouldn't touch the curb, however a slight touch like this doesn't matter too much. It is more worthwhile to lift slightly if you get the line wrong, as going wide onto the grass here will lose you far more time than lifting slightly. For this fast right-hander I use 3rd gear. I use all of the entry curb to carry more speed and lift fully and turn in at the kink in the white line here. I get back on throttle at the start of the curb on the right, and you want to use as much as possible without getting your left wheels onto it. You want to make sure the car is going in a straight line as you go over this crest here, as to not lose the car. Once again I keep the car in 3rd gear, and my reference is the very slight kink in the white line on the left here. I brake to around 50% and trail brake all the way to the apex. I avoid the huge sausage curb on the inside as it makes you go wide, and I get back to full throttle at the service road. On the exit you can use all of the curb of course without getting off track. For the final corner my reference is the bottom of the dip. I turn in here and avoid the inside curb. I turn in slightly too early here, which compromises my exit slightly, however I don't lose too much time. I lift to around 50% just after I turn in, and you can use all of the exit curb of course. You don't get an off track if you use a slight bit of the grass, so don't worry about keeping it very strict. However, I don't know the exact limit here, so be careful when you're experimenting. This isn't faster, it's just a safety net if you do go slightly wide. So that was a lap of Lime Rock Classic. As always with this car, the cold tyres are always a nightmare. For this track, the danger is the first set of corners. It's very easy to lose the car or run wide here on cold tyres. You also won't be able to carry as much speed through the fast corners on the first few laps, so be wary of this. If you found this guide helpful, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. You can also now become a channel member if you so wish, and I'll leave you the third person lap to the end of the video.